Many in the audience feel Beggs has an unfair advantage on the road to victory. Beggs is a transgender athlete.
So we are living in a time where there are biological men who are transitioning into women. And not only that, some of them are athletes. And now after they have transitioned, they also want to partake in female divisions. So we've had examples such as in MMA, someone named Fallon Fox.
Fox to the knees, and that's it. Fallon Fox,
who has gone into the cage and absolutely destroyed biological women.
Fallon Fox was hiding the fact that they were biologically male and competed twice as a woman, beating the out of these women.
We have had in powerlifting someone like Laura Hubbard.
New Zealand has chosen the first transgender athlete to compete at its Olympic Games.
I am who I am. I'm not here to change the world.
It's also reignited a debate with critics who say it's unfair for an athlete who used to compete with men to participate in women's sports.
We have in swimming, we have someone named Leah Thomas.
Yes.
That made the news.
Has become the first openly transgender athlete to win a Division I NCAA championship.
I try to focus on my swimming.
Apparently, it appears that this person also did not even do a transition surgery, for example, and still has all the biologically male equipment and was allowed to go into the female locker room where all the females were undressed, essentially. And obviously the females were very uncomfortable with that. You can probably guess why.
Forced female swimmers to share a locker room with Thomas, a 6'4", 22-year-old male who was fully intact with male genitalia.
Then that person goes and ties with Riley Gaines. And it was a tie, so they both got first place. And I think she spoke about this.
We watched on the side of the pool as Thomas won a national title in the 500-yard freestyle, beating out the most impressive and accomplished female athletes in the country, including Olympians and American record holders. Whereas just the year before, Thomas at best was ranking in the 400s in the men's category. The next day, Thomas and I raced in the 200 freestyle, which ended up in a tie. We went the exact same time down to the 100th of a second. Having only one trophy, the NCAA told me that I would go home empty-handed and this trophy would go to Thomas. And when I questioned this, the NCAA told me that Thomas had to hold it for photo purposes.
We don't give it to two people. There has to be one winner. We're going to give it to Leah Thomas. And she said, why are you giving it to her? Why not me? And they said, for pictures, like she has to take it. So it's almost like virtue signaling at this point, right? Like we have to abide by these norms. When I say, let's talk about the trans movement, you don't want to talk about biology. I'm telling you, there are studies, study after study has shown, let me actually give you the name to someone who you should look up. In your own time, there's a sports scientist named Dr. Ross Tucker.
Testosterone does for males from puberty onwards. Sports Authority said, well, we have to try and resolve this problem we have. And we're going to do that by lowering testosterone, and it'll take away the advantage. Unfortunately, all the scientific evidence that exists suggests that that doesn't work.
He said that the science, the studies have concluded, they have shown that a man who has passed the age of puberty, a biological male, once they pass the age of puberty, no matter how much hormone therapy they do, no matter what kind of surgeries they do, they will still retain a biological advantage over biological women.
Lowering testosterone does certainly lower muscle mass and strength slightly. Those changes are quite small relative to the initial difference between male and female. So where, for example, we see a 30 to 50% strength difference, male-female, about 5 to 10% of that, if that actually, is removed when testosterone is suppressed. And so the only conclusion you can make is that most of the male advantage created by testosterone survives even after testosterone is taken away. And if that male advantage persists, and again, think of the skeleton. I mean, you never change the size of the hands, the height, the limbs, the width of the pelvis, things that are quite important for sport.
Their skeletal structure, their bone density, their muscle mass will still be at an advantage over biological women. So even, he's not saying, I don't want you to live your lifestyle, but he's saying, don't bring it to sports. If you want to have your own, some people have said, if you want to have your own transgender division, that's one thing, but you can't be in a division with biological females at that point. These are people who are not Muslim, and they're telling you this, so there's no bias, essentially.